Hey guys, what's up? So there's not that much going on at the moment in the world of video games that I really want to talk about. So I thought I'll do a video about ad blocking because I had this discussion with a friend recently and I've read a few articles about it as well. It's a big topic because a lot of companies are losing a lot of money because of browser extensions like AdBlock Plus, and I thought I'll just break down my thoughts on that topic in this video. So AdBlock Plus, like I said, is probably the most popular browser extension that blocks ads on the internet. It has been downloaded more than 300 million times, which is a lot. They are having 50 million active monthly users, which also is quite a big number. So you can imagine how a lot of companies are really hating that product because it loses them a lot of cash. I personally do block most ads on the internet, especially when they are designed in an extremely annoying way, right? If you come to a website and you're greeted by like 15 different pop-up windows and YouTube ads, like where little ad clips are interrupting the video while you're watching it, that's just terrible. So I use ad blocker and I'm not ashamed of it. Like, if you want me to consume your advertising, then please make it in a way so I can nicely digest it without interrupting the content that I want, because then it generally defies the purpose, right? Because I'm going to see it and the ad comes up and I'm just majorly annoyed by it. And whatever your brand is, let's say, whatever, a Nike ad, right? And I'm like, fuck you, Nike, screw you. Why do you interrupt my video? And I'm just generating hate instead of actually sympathizing with the product or whatever they want me to do. There are certain pages that I do not block, pages that I want to support. But again, if I go to these pages and ad block deactivates itself and there are 20 pop-up windows, I will block those as well. And then I will put my ad blocker on again, because I don't want to browse the internet like this. It's complete trashy. It makes the internet unusable, in my opinion. So what's interesting on ad block to me personally is that it kind of gives power back to the people. I can choose what I want to support instead of the website having the power to force advertising on me. But the problem with that then is that most people don't care, and most people don't have this kind of ethical responsibility to say, oh, I go to this website every day, I want to support their content, so I do switch off my ad blocker. Also, a lot of people just don't know how it works. Like, quite often I browse at other people's machines at work, browse the internet, and they don't have AdBlock installed. So I install it for them, but they would never know how to unblock a certain page. They wouldn't go that far, so they just block everything. So I guess with the big power of choosing what you want to support also comes the big responsibility that you then actually have to do that. But let's imagine for a second if AdBlock would have never been invented, right? How would the internet look if there wouldn't be any AdBlock? Companies would just spam us to death with pop-up banners and all kinds of annoying audio advertising everywhere on their pages, basically due to greed, right? Because you can make money the more ads you pump in. People don't have an option to filter it out. So the internet, in my opinion, I would imagine at this point would basically be unusable. It would just be a big pile of trash, and you have like a little 100-word article surrounded by 20 ads, and how terrible would that be, right? That would be, in my opinion, even worse than companies losing a bit of their ad revenue. Also, it forces companies to explore new ways of funding their content creation. I mean, a few websites already introduced paywalls where you have to pay to get into the page, which is, I think, very unpopular with users, which I think is understandable because it feels like the internet is something that's accessible to everyone and it's kind of the manifestation of open information. But then you put a paywall, so you kind of create a two-class internet. Oh, you don't want to pay for this content, you don't get this information. It is a little bit defying the purpose of the internet, in my opinion. And then there are concepts like Patreon. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's basically a website where you can support content creators on a voluntary basis that you really like. So you can basically say that you want to give someone who, I don't know, does comics that you really like, or someone who does videos that you really enjoy, you can kind of give him £1 or £2 every month. And if 1,000 people are doing that, then he already kind of has the basis to do his work and kind of to survive and feed his family. So I think methods like those are much more interesting. Obviously, they also, again, rely on people to do the right thing, right? And to make the right choice and understand that someone who creates content should be paid for that. But hopefully in the future we will see more of that, and hopefully more and more people will actually be willing to pay for the content that they consume on the internet. Recently, I don't know if you heard it, I think early this year in February, the whole concept of Adblock was kind of turned on its head when the news came out that actually Adblock Plus is blackmailing companies, for lack of a better word, to pay money so that their ads are shown. So a lot of huge companies are already doing it, like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and a few more already pay to be whitelisted. I think Adblock Plus charges 30% of their ad revenue, but that really sucks, right? Because again, it kind of creates a two-class ad system. Only if you're big enough as a corporation, you can pay Adblock Plus to kind of show your ads, and if you're small, you kind of lose, right? Because nobody sees your ads and you lose a lot of money. And again, I personally feel that that defies the idea of a product like Adblock Plus, because Adblock originally, and how I feel at least, was all about the user. It was all about giving power back to the people, in the sense that we don't want to browse an internet that is full of trashy ads, and we just want to be in control what ads we want to see. So it's a very user-centric product, but by kind of whitelisting certain companies, it turns that on its head, because you kind of let the big guys go through and the small ones have to stay outside, which really sucks. Anyway, guys, these are just my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below, are you using Adblock? Are you blocking all pages, or do you have certain pages that you don't block? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can leave me a like, that would be much appreciated. You can subscribe to my channel for more. Otherwise, take care, guys, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Bye.